Simmons at the 5 because it helps them spread the floor. Now, you may wonder, how the hell does Ben Simmons help spread the floor if he can't shoot a jump shot? I understand that. That was my concern as well. But I say he helps spread the floor because he's mobile than more centers that's in the league. If you put Ben Simmons at a high pick and roll, he's more mobile than a lot of other centers and quicker to get around off the roll. He's quicker to catch a lob. He's quicker to bounce out and let somebody else slash through on a cut. He's way quicker than these other centers that we have. And then it's dangerous. We know Ben Simmons have always been dangerous in transition here. He's always been dangerous in transition despite the confidence levels of him. So when you put Ben Simmons at the 5 and he grabs the board and can go coast to coast. Now tuned into the greatest.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast. The Run with Manny Wilson podcast. The best sports podcast there is.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson, all the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones, and you're listening to the best sports podcast there is. Now, look, man, I greatly appreciate you tuning in with me. I hope you've had a great week. And if not, man, I hope I can make it better for you. Hey, I know I wasn't here for the past few weeks, but there was a lot going on. And I figured I'd share this on here because I don't really put a lot of stuff of personal on social media. But, you know, if you're going to tap into my podcast, the least I can do is let you know what was going on now. But to give a quick rundown, man, me and my lady, we moved to a new apartment out in Uptown, out here in Chicago, and man, we had to move every single piece of furniture, everything that we own, all by ourselves. So it was hell to have to do that just alone, me and her. Kudos to her, man, because she's great. She been doing, she was helping me lift stuff and all of that. You know, it's a lot of girls out here. They don't be, you say, can you help me lift this? And they look at you crazy. So I just really appreciate that. But no, man, that's really why I couldn't touch on all the stuff that was happening in the sports world. But I'm here, so I'm not gonna keep you waiting. I'm back at it. Let's keep it going. We got some NFL quick takes, some NBA quick takes, spotlight highlights, some news as well. But first things first, before we do anything, Philadelphia Eagles, y'all gotta come to the stand, man. Philadelphia Eagles, come up here, chop it up with me just for a second. Now, Eagles fans, relax. Just relax for a second. Please take it easy. I get it. You know, you got the 9-1 record. It's nice. Y'all doing y'all thing. Y'all beating all these teams. What are you, top 5 in offensive yards right now? Second in yards allowed on defense. Third most sacks as a team in the NFL. First in takeaways. I'll get it. I'll give you guys your credit. All right? I'm not going to sit here and hate where credit is due. So I'll give you guys that credit, but I have to let you know right now, you won a ugly but yet nice game over the Colts, 17-16. And I'd be hype as well if we had this if my Falcons had this 9-1 record. So I'm not going to sit here and tear you down. But the thing with Philly, here's my problem. And it's more so the fans and the media and everybody else, because you guys are 9-1, but out of the 10 games that you have played, 3 of the 10 teams have a positive record. 3 of the 10 teams have a positive record. So, I understand you're having a great season, but damn, you ain't really played no competition. And one of these 3 teams out of the 10 that have a positive record barely have a positive record. The Washington Commanders, they're 6-5. They've been struggling. They're not hot stuff. You beat the Dallas Cowboys with no Dak Prescott, and we were hype about that. Yeah, they were on a good little run with Cooper Rush, but no, they didn't have their star quarterback. And I'm not going to use that as an excuse because Cowboys were still a great team. But the Vikings, then you beat the Vikings, who also have a positive record. And I'll give you a little bit of credit for the Vikings just because they've been doing their thing. And also, the Vikings, to me, they damn near got more respect than Philly because they at least played some of these top teams in the AFC. They played the Bills, they played the Chiefs, they played the Dolphins, they played these other teams who are so-called the best in the NFL and actually played competition. But the Eagles, they ain't really played nobody. So it's hard for me to be completely sold on the Eagles of, okay, they're the best team in the NFL right now, only because of their record. But look at let's break this down. Let's look into the schedule. Let's look at some of these matchups that they had to play, because it's not a lot of solid teams. They're beating subpar teams, as they should. Credit to Philly, as they should beat these subpar teams. But they're winning these games, and then all of a sudden, a lot of people are letting it go up to the head. And I get it. Because again, I would be the same way. So this is why I have to humble you guys. This is why I have to break it down, bring you back to reality, at least speak to you from a common ground. You understand? And get what I mean? So like some of these teams, they beat the Steelers. Like seriously. The Steelers, this is the worst the Steelers have been in years. They beat the Texans. Texans are absolute poo right now. They beat the Jaguars. They absolutely poo. They beat the Commanders. Absolutely poo. Lions, they played the Lions opening week and damn near lost the game against the Lions at home. Let's not forget that. I think it was like 38-35. So they're winning these games, and I get it. But all of that to say, man, hey, I'm not completely sold on the Eagles. It's a possibility that we're really going to see how gangster the Philadelphia Eagles are come this back half of the season, because they played a healthy Cowboys with Dak Prescott. They also played the Giants twice in Week 13. In a few weeks. No, they played Titans Week 13, and they played the Giants twice before the end of the season. So we really gonna see how gangster the Philadelphia Eagles are. I'm just saying now, this team, you got the record, you got all the glamour, you got all the fame, but when push comes to shove and you really got to sit toe to toe with one of them dogs, postseason wise, and play one of them other teams in the conference, whether it's the Super Bowl. I mean, obviously it would be the Super Bowl, but that's going to be the ultimate test if you guys can get there, if you can get past the Vikings in the postseason as well, because they've been playing competition. But anyway, look, man, let's take a quick break. I got the Chicago Bears. I got to touch on them because they played my Atlanta Falcons. And I want to give credit as well, so I'll touch on the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons game as well. Then we're going to cut to some news and NBA spotlight, highlight, quick takes in the NBA as well. But stay tuned. We got a quick break, and then we'll be right back. All right, man. So the Chicago Bears and the Atlanta Falcons. The Bears lost to the Atlanta Falcons 27-24 in Atlanta. So I'm happy my team got that win at home. We're still heading for the playoffs. We're trying to make a push for the playoffs so far, and I think it's definitely possible. But I just really wanted to give some sort of feelings for the Bears, man, because the Bears, they can't catch a break, man. And I really want to cheer for a hometown team. This is gonna make me sound like a bandwagon, all right? And I want to tell you right now, Atlanta Falcons will always be my favorite team. And I want to clear the air because, again, this is going to make me sound like a bandwagon, and I'm not that. But I want to cheer for a hometown team so bad. I would love for it to be the Bears. I more so want it to be the Bears because I live in Chicago now. I would cheer for the Lions if they ever got good, but ultimately, my team is the Atlanta Falcons. I want to cheer for them, but I'm not in the atmosphere in Atlanta, so I can't really celebrate as they would. But the Bears, I feel for you guys. I really do, because, man, I like Justin Fields as a quarterback. And it's always something with the Bears. Either they got the team, they got the defense and no offense, or either they got the offense and no defense there to help out. Either they got the offense and no quarterback to help out. But this year they got the quarterback, and he's been doing a damn good job. I mean, he's top 5 in rushing so far, and also he keeps his offense in position to actually win ball games. It just so happens to be when it comes down to the narrow, he cannot. It's not even him. Let me correct that. It's not even him that can't get it done. It's the team, the defense that can't finish the game, or it's not enough time in the clock to win the ball game. And I heard a quote actually. I heard a great quote. I forgot who the quarterback was they were talking about, but they was like, yeah, this guy, he never lost a football game. He just ran out of time. And from what I'm seeing with Justin Fields, he may not play perfect every single game, but a lot of times that is the case where he just so happens to run out of time to get his offense in position because he's getting the ball downfield. He's helping his team get there and actually put the ball in the end zone. But it just so happens that the defense can't do anything to help him. And I just love the passion from Justin Fields. He's a competitor, despite having a 3-8 record right now. That's absolutely terrible. And he always he keeps his team focused. You can tell how much of a competitor he is. when he's out there on the field, after the game, when he's giving his press conferences, all of that. And it's pretty difficult to win games, again, when your defense is not doing their part. But all the games that the Bears have lost so far, they've lost a majority of them within a 10-point game. I think it's only been like 3 games that they actually lost by a margin greater than 10 points. So it's tough for me to discredit this team when they've actually been playing okay. When the offense, I put it that way. They just can't pull the games in. And it's actually pretty similar to the Lions too. A lot of people were saying that with the Lions, that they hang in these games, they get close. It just so happens that they can't pull them out. And from the Bears schedule too, I think their schedule is damn near tougher than Philly right now. Honestly, they've been playing some tough teams, and they've been sticking around these tough teams, which is credit to them. But I don't know, man. But I say that to salute to the Bears. But look, man, all right, we're going to take a break. We got some news. We're going to slow it up just a little bit, and then we're going to touch on the spotlight player in NBA. We got some basketball takes as well, so stay tuned, and we will be right back.
Now, you know, just because you're busy doesn't mean you got to be stressed. I'm crazy busy right there with you, but it can be easier. Next time you're on a run, just make it more fun and listen to The Run with Manny Wilson. It's The Run with Manny Wilson podcast.
Now tuned into the greatest.
The Run with Manny Wilson podcast. The best sports podcast there is.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson. All right, let's touch on the news for The Run, starting with the NFL. So the Denver Broncos, they are waiving veteran running back Melvin Gordon. That news was announced a few days ago, but Melvin Gordon, man, hell of a running back. Salute to him. Hopefully he finds a home. The San Francisco 49ers, they whacked the Arizona Cardinals last night in Monday Night Football, 38-10 in Mexico City for Monday Night Football. Also, too, moving to the NBA here, the Los Angeles Lakers, they're in the news here. They're on a 3-game winning streak. And Anthony Davis, he's the 3rd player in Lakers history with 30 points, 15 rebounds in 3 straight games. So maybe they're finding a rhythm, but LeBron is also sitting out right now. So hopefully that rhythm continues when LeBron comes back. But the Milwaukee Bucks, they're on an 8-game winning streak here after defeating the Trailblazers last night, 119-111. And the Chicago Bulls, they snapped their 4-game losing streak after beating the Celtics 121-107 last night. And tonight, we have the Brooklyn Nets taking on the Philadelphia 76ers in Philly. This is Ben Simmons' first return to Wells Fargo Center since the 76ers lost to the Atlanta Hawks in Game 7 of the semi-conference finals of 2021. This was right before COVID. And if that doesn't jog your memory, this is the game where Ben Simmons passed up the wide open layup over Trae Young and shot it to the corner, or passed it to the corner, when he could have just laid the ball up. All right, man, but look, let's jump into the spotlight player here, because it's been a lot of great basketball that we've seen. And this week here, I got to give the spotlight player to Orlando Magic, the center, 7'2", from Oregon, 3rd year in the league, Bol Bol. I have to give it to Bol Bol, man. Now, we heard about Bol Bol a little bit ago and how great he was, just mainly because of the height. But this guy has taken his game to another level completely. He's averaging 21, 11 rebounds, and 2 blocks in the last 3 games. That might be a little bit different now because they played last night. But he's easily averaging a double-double in the games with the Magic right now. And the last 5 games have all been double-doubles. Again, that may be a little bit different because of the game last night. But this guy has absolutely been balling. We always knew he had the potential there to be great. And coming out of college, we seen he was just a big center that was going to make a impact because of his height. But now we're starting to see him have moves. We're starting to see him add finesse to his game. He's starting to dribble a little bit. He's able to hit somebody with a euro, spin, pump fake, shot. Like he's able to start bringing impact, like immediate impact to this team. And I'm loving what I'm seeing from him so far. And as far as the Orlando Magic as a whole, this is actually very, very good for them, just for the fact that they have good pieces still. They got the person who I think is going to be the rookie of the year, Paulo Banchero. He's going to be there. He's out right now, but he's going to be returning from injury as well. Jalen Suggs, he's been balling. Wendell Carter Jr., the former Bull, he's been balling as well. But this spotlight highlight definitely goes to Bol. Also, fun fact here, this is Manute Bol's son. Bol here is Manute Bol's son, if you didn't figure that out already. But he's been balling. He definitely gets that spotlight highlight. All right, now for the team, or the runner-up. Let's do the runner-up for the spotlight highlight with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's been balling too, so shout out to him. He's been doing his thing as well. But let's go to the team, the spotlight team. Who is deserving of this? I have to go to the Sacramento Kings. This team has been on a tear so far. I'm loving the basketball that I've seen from them. They're leading the league in points right now and field goal percentage. The Sacramento Kings, they won 7 of their last 9 games. This may be a little bit different if they played last night. I did not get to watch the game if they did play last night, honestly. But they're a young group of guys. They've been very talented and they've been in a rhythm. And shout out to Mike Brown as well, because he's been getting this team right. They've been absolutely balling. De'Aaron Fox as well. Sabonis has been doing his thing. Malik Monk has been doing his thing. But the Kings, they easily look like a play-in team. And I would not be surprised if they did get in the play-in game and win the play-in game, possibly get into the playoffs this season. In this tough Western Conference. So I'm looking forward to watching the Sacramento Kings. They definitely deserve this team spotlight highlight. So keep an eye out for them as well. You definitely want to watch out for them. Now, here we go. Let's switch gears here because I have this team. This is a quick take. I have this team here. They play Philly tonight in Philly. Damn, that was loud. They play Philly tonight in Philly. The Brooklyn Nets. I think the Brooklyn Nets are 100% possibly the... No. Let me correct that. That was an incorrect statement as I was about to make. I think the Brooklyn Nets are 100% the most talented roster in the NBA. Easily the most talented roster in the NBA. When you look at it on paper and the depth that they possess and the skill that they possess, only thing they have to do is start playing some damn defense and this team will be all right. Because I'm telling you right now, any other team you compare outside, probably the Clippers are probably the only team that you can compare that say these two teams stack up very evenly on paper. I don't know what roster is better on paper. Though it's probably the only team, the Clippers. But other than them in the Eastern Conference, this team on paper is the most talented roster. They just have to get it to transition to on court. Because Ben Simmons, especially with Ben Simmons playing the way he has been in these past few games. The last game that he's played was absolutely great. And it looks like he's getting his confidence back, which I am very, very happy for him just on a personal level. Damn whatever he's doing basketball-wise. For him to sit out all of these years or these past few years and then come back and finally start to get into a rhythm. I hope it's not false imagination, or I hope it's not something that we got hype about just to see come to an end. Ben Simmons has been great so far. He's had 22 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists in the last win against Memphis. He had 15 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists in the win against Portland on Tuesday. And they're on a 2-game winning streak as well. And I think largely because of Ben Simmons and the impact that he's been bringing. Also, something I've noticed with Ben Simmons and the Brooklyn Nets is he's been playing the 5. I like Ben Simmons at the 5 because it helps them spread the floor. Now, you may wonder, how the hell does Ben Simmons help spread the floor if he can't shoot a jump shot? I understand that. That was my concern as well. But I say he helps spread the floor because he's mobile than more centers that's in the league. If you put Ben Simmons at a high pick and roll, he's more mobile than a lot of other centers and quicker to get around off the roll. He's quicker to catch a lob. He's quicker to bounce out and let somebody else slash through on a cut. He's way quicker than these other centers that we have. And then it's dangerous. We know Ben Simmons have always been dangerous in transition here. He's always been dangerous in transition despite the confidence levels of him. So when you put Ben Simmons at the 5 and he grabs a board and can go coast to coast, that makes a hell of a difference than him just being able to stay there and play the 4 and not be able to bring the ball up court or be able to go play corner, because that's not helping at all. So I'm just saying here, I'm loving from what I'm seeing from the Brooklyn Nets. He adds the extra depth on the Brooklyn Nets. And don't forget, you got so many other guys on this team that's going to help just in terms of a bench support. You got Kyrie Irving coming back here. Seth Curry is back from injury. Patty Mills, Royce O'Neal, to Watanabe, or I think that's how you pronounce it. But the other big who's actually pretty nice. He's got a nice jump shot on him as well. He's good. Marcus Morris, he's there. Claxton is waiting to come back from injury. TJ Warren, they got the perfect mix. Here is what it is. They have the perfect blend and the perfect mix of talented scorers, talented superstars or stars, however you want to deem it, depending on the definition you're going with. But they have the stars, they have the good role players, and they have the bench support that all balances out perfectly. And yet I didn't even mention too, they have the veterans on this team that's going to help them propel to the next level. All they have to do is get a solid rhythm on the defensive end, the same way that they're going to have to get a solid rhythm on the offensive end. People think, okay, they got the offense, it's nice. That's really what's going on with the Warriors right now. I know this is about the Nets, but the Warriors, yeah, they got offense, but they're struggling on defense as well. And then when you got guys sitting out and stuff too, that's also why things have been looking rough for them. But that's a different story. But anyway, the Brooklyn Nets, man, I'm loving the early rhythm that I'm seeing from them in this early 2-game winning streak. I'm hoping they go to Philly and ball out. I'm hoping, I know KD, I know Kyrie are going to go to Philly and absolutely go berserk, but it's more so Ben Simmons. I hope Ben Simmons can do it for his own sake and just as a respectful sake. I hope he can do it so he can earn respect and earn his respect back as a basketball player and as an all-star that he once was. So I'm hoping he comes out, does his thing. And last thing here, before we dip out of here, man, credit to the GM Sean Marks for putting this team together. He's been doing a hell of a job putting this Brooklyn Nets team together, because I truly think they are one of the best teams on paper when healthy outside of the Clippers. Those two teams are even on paper, but I think this team has more of a balance of veterans, bench support, scorers, possibly defenders. We'll talk about that next episode. But anyway, man, hey, you already know, man, I greatly appreciate you for hanging in there with me, man. If you listen to this full episode, you already know, man, I greatly appreciate you. You got to always give us a call too, man. Hey, feel free to drop your voice. Make sure your voice is heard. If you were here listening to me the whole entire time, don't be afraid to make sure your voice is heard as well. You can always call the number as soon as I find it, because I moved and I did not place it in the same place that I usually have it because I switched out. But anyway, man, hey, check the info, check the bio of the episode. You'll see the number there as well. But look, man, I appreciate you tuning in as well. Share this with a cousin, a brother, an aunt, an uncle, a neighbor, a coworker, anybody who you are close with. They will not care that you sent them this episode. I promise you, they will not care. Just say, hey, check this out. I think this guy's pretty cool. He has some good sports takes. He talked about your team. Maybe you should check it out. But anyway, man, that's all I have for you guys. I'm not going to hold you up any longer. I found the phone number because I did move and everything is all over the place, but we're settled in, I will say. The number is 219-413-9405. Make sure you have your voice heard. We're going to play voicemails back on Thursday's episode or Friday's episode. We're going to try and give you 2 this week. But anyway, go ahead, call, leave a sports take. If you watch a game tonight, give us a call. Let us know what you think about it. 219-413-9405. I've said enough. I'm out of here, you guys. I will see you later on this week. And so on and so on and so on.